Here to give you a demonstration of Iaido, the traditional Japanese martial art of drawing and striking with a Japanese sword. We will begin our demonstration with Takenouchi no Karate. This is a paired form with wooden swords to train contact with weapons and distancing to one's opponent.
Hey!
Hey.
That's hard to see.
So many. Hey.
Our school, Musou Jikiden Eishin-ryu, can trace its unbroken lineage all the way back to early 16th century Japan, during a period of transition from constant warfare to peacetime. Today, we study Iaido to pass it on to future generations, to improve ourselves and develop our character through the training and perfection of sword forms. Next, we will demonstrate Hakkogiri, a warm-up exercise with the katana practicing the basic 8 directional cuts. In our next demonstration, our members will perform some basic techniques from the standing position, Batoho. Our first technique is Junto Sono Ichi. This is a scenario against one opponent, comprising of a horizontal cut across the chest, followed by a vertical cut.
Oh, damn.
The next technique is Tsuikekito. Again, against a single opponent, starting with a diagonal cut, entering the shoulder, followed up with a strike to the head, and a finishing cut. Awareness is maintained while backing up before retreating from the situation.
I smell like oregano here.
The next technique is Chateau. The first strike intercepting the opponent's attack and cutting the forearm, followed up with 2 diagonal cuts.
Yeah.
The next technique is Shoto Sonoichi. In this scenario, there are 4 opponents approaching from 4 different directions. The sword is drawn towards the first target to the front and right. However, a threat from behind is closer. After turning and thrusting the sword into the target to the rear, attention is then redirected to the front 3 targets.
That's cool.
The next techniques are performed from the formal seated position, otherwise known as seiza. The first technique is nigi. Nigi is a technique against a threat coming from the left.
Wow. I smell pot.
The next seiza technique we will demonstrate is yaigaki. In this scenario, the first 2 strikes did not quite finish off the opponent, who makes one last attempt to strike the leg. The sword needs to be redrawn in protection, then the opponent is finished
That's
off.
a good one.
The next technique is ukenagashi. While sitting in seiza, an enemy is approaching from an angle. The sword is drawn and driven upwards to deflect the attack, then immediately comes back to strike the opponent down. The next technique is tsukekomi. In this scenario, the opponent is approaching from the front. After rising up, a cut is made to the opponent's head, followed up with a full vertical cut. The target has fallen, but the situation needs to be assessed. After determining the threat has been neutralized, the sword is cleaned and sheathed. In our next demonstration, some of our intermediate members will perform some basic techniques from Tatehiza, a modified seated position to accommodate the wearing of armor. The first one is Oloshi. In this scenario, the threat is coming from the right, where the opponent attempts to grab the handle of the katana. After twisting the handle away, the kashira is used to strike the opponent's head. The sword is drawn to deliver a diagonal cut. Then, the enemy is dragged across the floor and finished off with a vertical cut. The next technique is Iwanami. In this scenario, the thread is on the left. While drawing and turning at the same time, the sword is thrust into the target, twisted, and the thread is dragged across the floor and finished off with a vertical cut.
So the next morning,
the next technique is Namigaishi. This waza demonstrates reacting to a threat from behind. The sword is simply drawn as turning to deliver a horizontal strike across his chest, then a vertical cut to finish off the opponent.
So she says,
The next waza is Takenouchi. This waza demonstrates a more complicated threat from behind, where the enemy attempts to grab the sword sheath protruding behind. While standing up, the sheath is pulled away from the enemy's grasp. The sword is drawn and thrust into the enemy. Then the threat is finished off with a vertical cut. Next, our senior members will be demonstrating some advanced techniques from Okukiai, Hachiwaza no. The first technique is Somakuri. This scenario demonstrates multiple strikes from multiple angles against a target who is possibly wearing some light armor or other protection. The next technique is sodesurigaeshi.
100% impact.
In this scenario, the opponent is in a crowd, and innocent bystanders must be pushed out of the way to avoid injuring them before reaching the target. The next waza, Tolabashiri, is from Okuyai, Iwazanobu. There is an enemy, possibly a guard, that needs to be neutralized. However, the angle of attack must be low enough to remain concealed from the view behind a fence or a wall. Once the first enemy has been dispatched, a second opponent appears, where retreating backwards. But there is still a need for the lower stance to remain hidden from the view. The last waza from our seniors is Shihogi. This waza is borrowed from Suioryu, another Iaido school also founded around the early 1600s. In this scenario, there are threats from 4 different directions. Finally, we will conclude the demonstration as a group performing Mai, a basic technique from the sitting position.
Camera.
Hi. Fit.
Oh, so wow. My arm. Oh.
This concludes our demonstration. We thank you for watching, and if you're interested, we practice at the UBC Student Recreation Center and at Marple Community Center. Follow us at www.vancouvereiaido.com, Facebook and Instagram. If anybody has any questions, our members will be more than happy to speak to you. Thank you.
Oh, takoyaki. Karate. This weighs 100 pounds.